look at the starters as the teams get ready to head out onto the field. For Elmhurst, senior attacker from San Diego, number 1, Marcus Yandel. A senior defender from Carlsbad, California, number 10, Trent Nyberg. Junior midfielder from Minnetonka, Minnesota, number 11, Jacob Lemke. Junior attacker from North Bend, Washington, number 16, Ben Luke. A senior defender from San Diego, California, number 31, Ryan Camarada. Junior attacker from Friendswood, Texas, number 33, Parker O'Leary. Junior defender from Corona, California, number 44, David Castaneda. Senior defender from Chesterfield, Missouri, number 45, Tony Marbs. Senior attacker from Rochester, number 77, Sante Daboski. And in goal for Elmhurst, sophomore from Matawan, number 30, Noah Mickelson. For the Knights of Calvin, freshman attacker from Grosse Pointe Farms, number 1, Thomas Smith. Senior defender from Huntsville, number 8, Hunter Stearns. Freshman attacker from Mission Viejo, California, number 12, Cole McKinney. Senior midfielder from Novi, number 17, Chase Sparling. Junior midfielder from Littleton, Colorado, number 18, Robert Miner. Freshman defender from Livonia, number 22, Josh Gage. Sophomore defender from Round Lake, Illinois, 23, Ethan Bolins. A freshman attacker from Laura Station, Pennsylvania, number 35, Josh Moyer. Senior attacker from Wheaton, number 39, Drew Stoneburner. And a goal, senior from Howell, number 27, Evan Griffin. Coaching staffs for these two teams for Elmhurst. The Blue Jays are led by Mark Morrell, assisted by Mark Harden, Tyler Hall, and Quinn Stokes. For the Knights, they're led by Dave Holger, assisted by Bob Evett, Chad Wright, and Yevgeny Gavorkian.
Hello and welcome to this afternoon's broadcast of Calvin Men's Lacrosse. My name is Jeff Vanderplug, and I'm joined by fellow Calvin student Jake Leibolt. This is a home non-conference matchup for the Calvin Men's Lacrosse team against the Blue Jays of Elmhurst. Elmhurst winning this first draw control. You heard the starting lineups from Calvin Sports Information Director Jeff Phoebus over the public address. And if you can see out onto the field through the foggy kind of mirror of the lens and of the window here in the press box, you can see that it is a mud fest today. Rain since early in the morning. It's not early in the morning, but a little bit before noon. And it has not stopped, and it's gross. Elmhurst getting it started with a pass inside. Just it. Ben Luke catching from Cullen Nordeman, and Luke scores the first goal of the game. Elmhurst off to a good start here. Calvin's defense lost Luke in the middle. Not a lot of side-to-side athletic
goal,
quickness.
Number 16, Ben Luke, assisted by number 14, Cullen Nordeman.
Had a lot of side-to-side athletic quickness available to either team with the amount of mud on the field. But a good start for Elmhurst. Jake, how about a look at Elmhurst's season so far for their team and their record so far this year?
Yeah, Elmhurst really been on quite a roll lately. I think they've won, let's see here, it looks like 7 in a row, dating back to March 4th. So they're hot. Like, I don't know, they might try out this rain with how hot they've been lately. I don't think so, though. I think there might be there's more rain coming. It's not going away anytime soon. But they've been hot, and they're led in scoring by Ben Luke, number 16. He's got 36 goals on the season.
Make that 37.
37, excuse me. It's a great start to the game by Elmhurst and Ben Luke.
The Blue Jays out of the CCIW conference, I believe. And now Elmhurst losing it with a slip out top. We're going to try to keep a tally for you today. That's one turnover due to weather from Elmhurst. That time looked like hitting the deck was number 17, but we don't have a number 17 on the sheet. Calvin will go on the ball, and that's Chase Sparling. He'll swing it over to Robert Miner. Thomas Smith, the freshman, now goes back in behind the net. Drew Stoneburner had it momentarily, but it's knocked away. Nice defensive play by Elmhurst. Blue Jays looking to move the other way. In goal, starting today, it looks like it'll be number 30, Noah Mickelson. Nice defensive pressure causing the turnover from Ryan Camarada, but Calvin getting the ball back.
I think this game's probably going to be a lot of passing by both teams. You know, not be able to cut very hard on this grass. Going to be some serious burnouts. Going to be a lot of passing, I think. Trying to get
Here's
open
a
shots.
shot from Thomas Smith, doesn't go. Picked up by Miner, his shot rifles past the net. Yeah, Jake, you're from the Pacific Northwest, Washington State, almost to the border of Canada, so you're used to weather that looks like this. I remember you walked in the booth today and you remarked that you were excited, and so is Thomas Smith, who steps in and scores the first goal of the game for the Knights.
Oh, yeah, I love this, Jeff. This is like the best part of playing. I mean, when I played football back in high school,
Calvin goal scored by number 1, Thomas Smith. Assisted by number 17, Chase
it was
Sparling.
always a lot of fun when you got the mud on the ground, the rain coming down. It adds a little something. I may be in the minority there, but
It's better to be totally, completely muddy and gross than it is to be just like kind of like a little bit drizzly rain, but it's not enough to make everything mud. You know, that's how I thought of it when playing high school football. Neither of us got the chance to play high school lacrosse, though, so I'm sure this is a different experience when it relies a little bit more on like side-to-side quickness.
No doubt.
Thomas Smith with a nice play there. The pass was from Chase Sparling, and it freed Smith to kind of not even make a cut, but just kind of take a step in towards the middle and then physically work his shot around his defender who was right in front of him. And Smith puts it in the back of the net for Calvin. We're 1-1, all squared up here in the early goings. Elmhurst losing the ball there behind the net as the rain all of a sudden picks up heavier once again. Does that one count as weather?
No, I think Hunter Stearns knocked that one out.
Nice
Good
play
defensive
by
play
Hunter
by him.
Stearns.
Yep. We're keeping a tally, though. So far, it's just 1-0.
Ethan Curtis moving forward with it now for the Knights to Stoneburner, now back behind the net, Cole McKenney.
I feel like I'm looking through like a broken glass with the rain coming down on the window.
Yeah, the rain is coming down at a bit of a east to west angle, and our booth overlooks looking east. So the rain is kind of sideways hitting the glass we're trying to look through, and seeing the numbers is difficult, so apologies in advance from us. Jefferson Jan will swing it to Jake Boonder, to McKenney. Now Curtis trying to cut through the middle. That one falls off his stick and back to the waiting net of Elmhurst goalkeeper Noah Mickelson. Up the far sideline now, the Blue Jays breaking the pressure. That's Jake Grebe. He'll pass it up top. Shot taken and scored by Ethan Stepanek. Stepanek puts the Blue Jays back in front. He was wide open there on the near side.
Yeah, I know that was a great play there. Good pass there by number 3, Jake Grebe.
Scored by number 42,
throwing it
Ethan
across
Stepanek.
the net.
Assisted by
Kind
number
of
3,
reversing field.
Jake Grebe.
And then it gets finished off.
Well, there you hear the 3 possible pronunciations. We apologize as far as how it's supposed to be pronunciation. We'll go with Grebe. Jake Grebe on the assist that time, the junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. And yeah, a nice look across the field through the falling rain and finds his teammate Stepanek for the 2-1 advantage. McKenney will cycle back out behind the net after Calvin wins the draw control. Thomas Smith to the middle. Shot taken by Josh Moyer. And he lost it right out of his stick. I got to say, that one's weather right there. Fell out of the stick before he could even get the shot off.
Tied 1-1 in the weather turnovers so far in the game.
Moyer had a great angle on it, but you can't really do much to score when the ball falls out of your stick on its own. Sparling looking to Moyer inside. That pass kind of fumbles through, and McKenney picks it up. Behind the net, Stoneburner. Sparling. Back to Stoneburner. Looking out top for Smith, but it goes past midfield. The other way, Elmhurst turned away from the net there, Ben Luke. To the far side, shot taken and wide. Just missed. The shot taken that time by Marcus Yandel, senior attackman from San Diego, California. Elmhurst stays on the ball here with about 60 on the shot clock. Stepanek swings. That's 77. Sante Dybrowski, not 17, as I was confused by earlier. Dybrowski shooting over the goal. They'll count it as a save, giving Evan Griffin a piece of it. Griffin, the senior, starts in goal for Calvin today. Started every game, one of the better goalkeepers in the MIAA conference. As now Stepanek keeps his footing just barely. You can see the slips are early and often. Pass looked across the net. And getting in the way there, Ethan Bolins knocking it away for Evan Griffin to pick up.
Yeah, good defense there by Calvin, sticking with it. Not letting anything easy in the middle. You wonder if in a game like this, the defensive strategy kind of changes to kind of packing it inside and making them shoot from outside. Maybe not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and as a fellow non-lacrosse strategist, I'm not sure either, but you got to imagine that in this scenario, those passes to the crease, to the interior, are even more important than they usually would be, as Calvin turns it over on a bad pass from Jake Boonder looking for Drew Stoneburner. Those passes to the middle are so much more valuable because scoring opportunities are limited. There's a big check from Elmhurst, but Calvin had already won possession of the ball moving forward. McKenney looking for Moyer, but it bounces past and out of bounds. That'll be a delayed penalty on Elmhurst. So having to take a seat for a moment, Trent Nyberg called for the late hit. Nyberg will rest for a moment, and Calvin is a man up on their offensive end.
And Justin Riddle, who got kind of laid out there, the back of his jersey just covered in mud. I mean, you can barely see his number at this point.
Well, good to know that the guy that is covered in mud is Justin Riddle. However, I think he might be joined here pretty soon by a couple other teammates with that same lookout.
This might be one of those games for Calvin in their white uniform. You just kind of throw them away at the end of the game. Don't try to wash them. Just chuck them.
Unfortunately, for those of us who also work in building staff here, we do have to wash them, and it's an unbelievable task. We go through about 1.5 gallons of shout. All right, that might be an exaggeration, but maybe not after this game. It is a mud fest. Calvin a man up now. Sparling from the top to Stoneburner. McKenney behind the net looking for Moyer. Couldn't shovel it towards the net quick enough. And a foul called on Elmhurst. That'll go against David Castaneda for knocking Moyer over in front of the net.
See if Calvin can take advantage of being man up here. See if they can get a pass inside like they're looking for there to Moyer.
Costly mistake from Castaneda. Elmhurst had the stop shorthanded they were looking for. Couple of late checks, 2 in a row there, surrendering possession for Elmhurst. Smith ripping from the top, no good, and it's covered up by Noah Mickelson. Elmhurst, the team that eliminated Calvin men's basketball from the tournament just a few weeks ago, here for men's lacrosse, already with a victory over Albion this year and a very close loss against Hope. So a team certainly capable of competing with those at the top of the MIAA. For Calvin, a good litmus test today to see how close they are to the top of their own conference, given some of those common opponents. Back behind the net, Jake Grebe to Yandel. Yandel trying to work his way away from Josh Gage. Up top, the ball goes now for Parker O'Leary. O'Leary. Turned away. Ethan Boland's got a stick in there to knock it away. Grebe picks it up. Back to O'Leary. Boland's. Stays right with him, and I didn't even notice, but the shot clock runs out. Calvin defense suffocating the Elmhurst offensive flow that possession, and Calvin gets the ball back. Quickly up the field they go. To the middle, Christian Kohler. Kohler, a nice midfield piece, able to break the pressure. He'll come off and be replaced by some offensive specialists, Jefferson Yon and Jake Boonder. Boonder up top. He'll circle all the way back behind the net.
Both these teams kind of just seem to be like running in circles around the goal. No one can really cut inside. With how bad the footing is, kind of just run around and trying to get a look inside if they can.
Curtis picks up a ground ball after a passing error from the Knights. Stoneburner behind the net. Cole McKenney looking through the middle, nothing there. And now we'll get a foul checking on Elmhurst. That'll reset the shot clock to 60. That one will go against Ryan Camerata.
That's the second costly penalty that Elmhurst has had in the last couple of possessions, giving Calvin extra opportunities.
Second costly foul, and in addition to the costly penalty committed by the Blue Jays as well. Boonder making a couple people fall. He must have longer cleats. Shot knocks away from the goal. Calvin still in possession. They looked to the crease, but that pass knocked away. It's picked up by Mickelson. Ethan Bolins, though, makes the turnover, taking it away from the Blue Jays. Now to Josh Moyer. Oh, and his pass just a bit too late. It's stolen away. Moyer with his second great opportunity and just a bit too pass happy. He didn't press the angle, and Elmhurst gets it back.
If you're Calvin, you really hope to convert on that one. That's kind of a tough break for them. Great play there by Elmhurst, intercepting the pass. But in a game like today, I would imagine you're going to be tough to score.
Elmhurst looking inside. It passes over a couple different players. And I believe they're called offsides, I believe.
I think it might have been offsides.
Ryan Camerata maybe stepping over the midfield line there.
He was right by their bench. I wonder if it was like a substitution thing or... To be honest, I'm not sure on all the rules.
Hey, made the signal for offsides, and I'm not sure who it was called on, but Boonder trying to muscle his way through the middle. That shot falls past the net. McKenney diving in front, shooting, and it's saved. Mickelson standing tough to protect the 2-1 lead. Rain falling steadily. Umbrellas up for the healthy spattering of 12 fans out here wanting to enjoy some lacrosse. Elmhurst coming the other way, and a shot taken and scored. Parker O'Leary right next to the rack. He catches and dishes right past the outstretched left leg of Evan Griffin. Elmhurst goes up 3-1 on
Elmhurst
O'Leary's
goal
goal.
scored by number 33, Parker O'Leary. Assisted by number 3, Jake Grebe.
Jake Grebe will get the assist. Elmhurst's offense finding their way in the mud here early, Jake.
Yeah, you know they've done more with what they're given so far. Calvin with some good shots, not getting them to go in. On the other hand, Elmhurst making the most of their opportunities.
The ground ball, though. Elmhurst had it, dropped it. There's a weather turnover for Sante Dybowski. In general, it's been less than I anticipated. That's by our very subjective judgment. 2 weather turnovers for Elmhurst and 1 for Calvin. Lots of partially slipping players, but not a lot of full-blown weather turnovers yet here.
Oh yeah, lots of slipping and sliding, but not too many turnovers caused by it, at least by our count, which could most definitely be wrong.
Ethan Curtis to his right. Has it knocked away. That's a good defensive play by Elmhurst. Get a stick on Curtis before he could work his way inside.
Elmhurst has been solid inside, you know.
Blue Jays shot taken, blocked. Griffin gets in front of Ben Luke. O'Leary scores.
Oh, that was nice. That was a nice play there by Elmhurst off the ricochet. Went about 20 feet up in the air.
Colin Nordeman was there to grab it.
Yep,
He got it right back to O'Leary, who had all the
Elmhurst
space in the
goal
world to
scored by number
fake
33,
against
Parker
Griffin.
O'Leary.
Very
Assisted by
nice
number
play.
14,
Great fake,
Colin
too.
Nordeman.
Shot fake and just put it right in the upper corner.
4-1 Elmhurst. And it looks like we have, I can't see, is that 10 seconds to play. I didn't even notice that the first quarter was winding down, but Elmhurst gets one against the buzzer here. Whoever wins the draw control will need to go quickly. Sparling backtracking with minimal time. He gets it to Christian Kohler. Shot taken by Cole McKenney, but it's too late. 4-1 Elmhurst. Calvin was able to get the equalizer right away, but Elmhurst's offense dictates the pace and steps in front. We'll be back in a moment with more Calvin men's lacrosse on a rainy, muddy day from Sidema Field. Welcome back to Zeitema Field here on the campus of Calvin University. Calvin and Elmhurst in men's lacrosse going at it today. An exciting first quarter. Calvin tied it up at once, but Elmhurst then stepped on the gas pedal to take a 4-1 lead. Calvin looking to answer back. Field is flipped. Get to play on the different side of the mud field now for each of these teams. Falling down for a moment, Thomas Smith. That's going to be a weather turnover for the Knights. Thomas Smith loses the footing. Make it 2-2 on the weather turnovers. You gotta love artificial made-up stats by, some random Calvin sports information students on the broadcast. They're pretty subjective, but I do think it's interesting to keep track of on a day like today to put a number on exactly how much it's affecting. Now, of course, the weather's affecting more than just literally a slip, a fall, and dropping the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's affecting every single part of this game, but it is just crazy to see how it can single-handedly screw up a possession.
Well, there's probably a lot that you can't see. Like, you only see the ones where you actually fall, but I would imagine the players out there being pretty careful with their footing, trying not to slip, so maybe not being as mobile as they would be normally, changing the pace of the game a little bit.
Inside, a catch and a shot, but it's saved by Griffin right in front of the net from point-blank range. What a save from Evan Griffin. That was Ben Luke bearing down on him, and Griffin stood his ground.
Outstanding save. Just great instincts. The reflexes are just amazing. These lacrosse goalies just something else.
Through the midfield, Chase Sparling lost the handle, and Sante Dybowski will take it away, go the other way. So a lot of traffic for Sparling to try to navigate there. Colin Nordeman will spin to the far sideline, and we'll get a whistle. Not sure what the call is, but they resume here. Up top, Dybowski. To Nordeman taking the shot, saved by Griffin.
Two nice saves there by Griffin, back-to-back. Griffin, a good goalie.
Calvin had little issue breaking the pressure after a defensive stop in the first half, but in the second half having more of an issue getting it all the way stopped. And now caught offsides there. That was Thomas Smith stepping to the wrong side of the line. And Elmhurst will get it back. They take the shot, though, and Griffin makes the simple save in his own crease. Normally a muddy place already, the crease. I can't even imagine what it's like today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can kind of see from here, you can kind of see the water starting to build up. I would not be surprised if by the end of this game there's standing water, a little mini puddle, right where the goalie is standing.
Griffin is all the way out near midfield. And Calvin again offsides. Just a couple of mental mistakes there trying to keep the right players on the right side of the field, surrendering the ball back to the Blue Jays.
So far, Elmhurst has been able to capitalize on it. We'll see if they do here.
Elmhurst up top. Dybowski to the near side. Yandel to Dybowski with room to shoot. He fires, and Griffin again makes the save.
Griffin's been solid. That's four in a row now for Griffin. 4 saves and 4 shots in the second quarter.
Calvin trying to break the pressure, but cannot do so.
Calvin can't get it past half field.
Colin Nordeman takes it away that time. Near side now, Ben Luke lost the handle momentarily. Cradling back towards Chuck McKenney in the middle. Yandel to Dybowski. Shot taken and another save by Griffin, and this time he finds his man right away. On the breakaway, Calvin is quickly into the attacking zone with Ryan Whitney. Nick Griffith will cycle it back for Ethan Curtis, and Jefferson Yan with plenty of room to work. Now out top, knocked over there was Jefferson Yan, but a whistle blown and a flag thrown. It was Jake Grebe making the contact on Yan, but I think that's going to be a penalty against Grebe.
Yeah, Jan on that turnover, just tried to make a cut, just slipped, and then, was unable to avoid the contact and got the ball forced out.
Calvin a man up now. They'll bring Stoneburner up to take it with 80 seconds put back in the shot clock, trailing 4-1 with 9:31 in the second. An opportunity here for Calvin to inch closer to the Blue Jays. Never did see how Elmhurst did after they beat Calvin in the men's basketball regional semifinal that game was.
I'm
get
not sure either.
Confirmation on how that ended up?
Yeah, I looked that up real quick.
Cole McKenney behind the net, knocked down and has it taken away from him. David Castaneda making the play, but Calvin gets it back out near midfield. Robert Miner with a player behind, didn't see him. Carefully controls to keep it in Calvin possession.
Trying to get the Wi-Fi to work here. That's could be an issue.
Chase Sparling shooting and saved by Mickelson. Nice play by Mickelson stepping in front.
Calvin seems to be shooting a lot of shots from outside, closer to the third line. Not able to get too much inside, it seems like.
And the two opportunities they had with Moyer up closer to the crease, unable to finish those. Yeah, it looks like Elmhurst made it to the championship game for losing to Randolph-Macon.
By 30.
Beating Wabash in the Final Four.
By 22.
Entertaining D3 college basketball tournament, as there's a turnover from those same Blue Jays. It's Dylan Castaneda, I believe. Or no, excuse me, that was Cullen Nordeman. Weather turnover for Nordeman. Calvin pushed forward quickly, but has it taken away. Mickelson trying to keep possession with Moyer pressuring him.
Rain still coming down here at Vedema Field.
Got to get used to that here in the springtime. Baseball was canceled today. A little bit harder to play that game in the rain.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the spring, but then sometimes there's not a lot going on in the spring. Kind of depends on what the weather decides to do.
Exactly. And then on the days that it is nice, you get those reschedules, and there's like 25 games at a time. This one zips past the net on a shot from the far side. Shot taken by Ethan Stepanek there.
Yeah, you can get 2 double headers in softball and baseball, and then you got men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse. You got track and field.
We've had Saturdays with those first four you mentioned that were all in action at the same time. Both lacrosses, baseball, and softball.
Tennis, yep.
And it's like, wow, that's a big day. And a lot of those are sunny. And then sometimes you have those big days scheduled, and it rains.
Yep.
Elmhurst trying to take advantage here. Another shot towards the net. A nice save by Griffin. It's still loose out in front in the scrum. Finally picked up by Calvin.
That was like a rugby scrum right there. Just I couldn't find the ball.
Ryan Whitney breaks pressure nicely, and Calvin back on the offensive. Just over 6 minutes to play. 4-1 is the tally. Calvin has not scored since that game opening, since that response to Elmhurst's game opening goal. Offense has gone slow, and now the rain visually picks up heavier out on the field.
I'm just waiting for the ball to get stuck in the mud. Get buried in the mud, and nobody can find it. We're getting pretty close to that point, I think.
Nick Griffith around the right side, back behind the net, over the head of Drew Stoneburner, and out of bounds. Turnover to the Blue Jays. And yeah, you can just see it in the middle there. It was Jefferson Yan and Josh Moyer trying to patrol the crease, and they both are just extremely hesitant with every single placement of their feet. No sudden movements. There's a sudden movement, but keeping his balance. Cullen Nordeman working to break the pressure. He goes up forward for Jack Grebe.
It kind of looks like trying to play hockey without the skates. It's kind of what it looks like a little bit to me.
Or like the skates are going in all directions.
Yes.
At least in hockey, you have two edges that keep you from sliding side to side. Here, there are no inhibitions to the slide. But instead of sliding along the surface like you do, as there's a nice play made by Hunter Stearns, it looked like it bounced off the stick then also of Marcus Yandel, but they'll say it stays with Elmhurst. In hockey, the puck also slides along the ice. Here, the ball just sticks.
Yeah.
Jake Grebe looking out in front. Pass dropped. And a shot clock violation. Calvin's defense holding tough. Calvin needing the offense to come alive a little bit here, though.
4 minutes left in the half. Yeah, Calvin could use a big goal right here.
Stoneburner to Sparling. Smith looking for the shot. Instead, he swings to Sparling. Out front, Miner takes the shot. It's wide. Stoneburner in position to keep Calvin in possession.
Miner launched that one from pretty far away, but he must have had a good look at the net and decided this was going to be the best shot he
There's a shot from Miner, and this time he connects. Chase Sparling to Robert Miner, and Calvin gets their second. Working from the back of the net, Drew Stoneburner setting it up. Sparling to Miner for the one-timer effectively.
Calvin
There's
goal
another
scorer, number
hockey
18,
comparison.
Robert Miner, assisted by
Robert
number
Miner
17,
puts
Chase
Calvin one
Sparling.
closer with a nice underhanded shot, rifling right past Noah Mickelson. Calvin now trails 4-2. And now we'll get a foul called on Elmhurst on the draw control. Ethan Rohde making the play. Or Evan Rohde, excuse me. I feel like I screw that up every single time. I apologize. Evan Rohde, a nice draw control specialist that time. Gets in the game, gets the draw control, gets his jersey dirty. Everything you want. Griffith taking a shot. Nice look. Bounces past. No harm, no foul. Calvin stays in possession. Smith. Swinging to Minor in the absolute thick of the mud.
That ball kind of just stopped. It just hit the ground, and it wasn't going any farther.
Griffith, nowhere to go. Last Calvin men's lacrosse game here, they had to kind of heat the snow off the field before they started playing. As there's one bounced off of a teammate's knee. It goes right next to the crease. It's picked up by Mickelson. They'll say no goal, but it looked like it may have crossed the plane. It was off an Elmhurst player's leg as Griffith tried to pass one, I think, through the middle, and it bounced right in on frame. But they say no goal. Calvin bench in disbelief.
Yeah, it looked like it was. I don't even know if it was a shot. I think it's just a ricochet that just almost went in. Nick Griffith sure thought that was a goal, but
here's a pass from Elmhurst that gets away and goes behind the end line. And there was already a flag down, and now I just threw it again.
I think that might have been an offsides on Calvin earlier.
Nick Griffith. Well, offsides would not be a penalty, so it's a different.
Never mind.
And then something called there on August Bryan. Again, apologize for not knowing all the penalties, but 2 penalties assessed to the Knights, and 2 players are in the sin bin. So it's 6-on-4. Calvin trying to make the stop now. Severely undermatched.
This could be a big position for Elmhurst. 1:38 left on the game clock in the first half. And a great chance to score.
Not a good time to commit a double penalty.
Nope. About 50 seconds on the shot clock right now.
Oh, and they make a mistake. It scampers out towards midfield. The mud helps save them from letting it go all the way to a waiting Christian Kohler. Apparently one of the penalties was an illegal substitution, we're getting word. The other one, I think, was head contact or some call of that nature. Greeby looking inside. Shot taken, blocked by Griffin. O'Leary couldn't sneak it past.
Great block by Griffin, and that gives Calvin a chance to get their players back in. It's even now.
And now it rifles over the head of Evan Griffin and out of bounds. But Calvin with a big stop there. Like you said, it's 6-on-6 again with under a minute to play in the half. Slipping and dropping. Chalk one up for the mud. Elmhurst dropping it there. Out of the scrum with it come the Knights. I think that's Josh Gage.
Yeah. Look at that. Calvin weathering the storm in more than one way right there.
Then actually it was Brandon Einigenberg, and Einigenberg's pass to Moyer flies overhead. Actually is a pass to Drew Stoneburner, and Calvin turns it right back over. 20 seconds. Shot taken, Luke, and it's wide. Fortunate there. He had a pocket on the left side of the goal that Griffin was not covering, but Luke just missed it by a margin. Yandel behind the net. To Luke. Turning and shooting, but another save made by Evan Griffin. Unbelievable. 5-4-3. He'll just dump this one long. It's picked up, and they'll fire one towards the net. But that will run out of the time in the half. It's a mud fest. It's entertaining, and it's a slugfest as you could have expected. 4-2, Elmhurst over the Knights in that first half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you said it. Mud fest. That's kind of the best way to put it right now. Elmhurst playing pretty solid defense while giving up 2 goals. They've been solid, not allowing any inside easy passes for Calvin. Calvin not doing bad themselves, only allowing 4 goals. they just got to get some good looks. Robert Miner with a really nice goal in the second quarter. So we'll see if he can get some more going for Calvin.
First half of play, Elmhurst leads Calvin 4-2. Calvin on the game, trying to go to 7-3. Elmhurst trying to go to 8-2. Elmhurst, as we mentioned, led by Ben Luke, who has a goal in this one. Marcus Yandel, Jake Grebe also primary scorers. We'll keep an eye on them in the second half. For Calvin, after this game, this one is a reschedule or an additional schedule. Monday, April 4 is the next scheduled contest for Calvin after this one. And that would be at home at 7 against Augustana before Calvin gets into the conference play against Albion the next week. We will be back with you in about 10 minutes after halftime for the resumption of this one. Stick with us. It should be an entertaining and muddy second half. This is Calvin Men's Lacrosse. Welcome back to Zeidema Field here on the campus of Calvin University. The Knights and the Blue Jays. Elmhurst is in town. It's 4-2 after one half of muddy lacrosse. And we are getting ready to get underway here in half number 2. Calvin getting goals in that first half from Robert Miner and Thomas Smith. Elmhurst getting 2 from O'Leary, 1 from Luke, and 1 from Stepanek. Behind the net, shot taken, and a goal to start it off. Nick Griffith from behind the net finds space in front of the crease, and he puts it in between the pipes.
And, you can ask for a better start to this half by Calvin. Quick goal. They're into it. Their players, they're cheering. They don't care about this rain
Calvin
right
goal
now. They're
scorer,
just
number 5,
happy.
Nick
They got
Griffith.
on the board. Second half.
Usually it's Cole McKinney patrolling behind the net. That time it was Nick Griffith coming from the back to the front, making the play and making it 4-3, just like that. We got a 1-goal game, and there's a penalty or a foul called on Elmhurst against Jacob Lemke, their draw control specialist. Calvin looking to tie it up now.
If Calvin can tie it up here, their players are going to go crazy. That first goal, they were pretty pumped up. If they tie here, there's going to be something else.
Back behind the net. Calvin works it back up to Thomas Smith. Sparling turning the corner, takes the shot. Saved by Mickelson. Nice play there in a big spot for Noah Mickelson. Sparling had an angle. Couldn't put it in the back of the net. On the far side, the ref slips and hits the deck. He's all right. Inside Elmhurst looking for a player close to the crease. It's knocked away momentarily, and it is just wedged in the mud there. Picked up. Shot taken and a goal. Elmhurst gets one back. And the shot right from out in front. Couldn't see exactly who took the shot.
Elmhurst goal scored by number 1, Marcus Yandel.
Marcus Yandel credited with the goal after the scrum out in front of the crease. The ball bounces Elmhurst's way, and they take advantage.
Yeah, he was just kind of being like a little safety release, kind of just it's out there, and the ball just bounced to him. He picked it up and overhand chuck, and in the goal it went. Good heads-up play there by Yandel.
Good positioning in that scrum. Always a point of emphasis for coaches. Now a shot taken, and Calvin answers right back. Nick Griffith has his second of the half.
The second half starting to heat up. I mean, we got 3 goals in 3 minutes?
Just like that, the offense
Calvin
is
goal
finding
scored
their
by
way in
number
the
5,
mud.
Nick Griffith, assisted by number 20, Christian Kohler.
Christian Kohler gets the assist after the nice play, collecting the draw control. 4-5 now. Calvin back down by only 1. Elmhurst and Calvin both starting to find some of that offense. Who will get the next one? There's a foul called on Elmhurst David Castaneda. Chase Sparling doing well in the draw controls.
Chase Sparling is so good at the draw controls. He usually takes it for Calvin. Sometimes Evan Rodeo will take it, but usually it's Sparling. He does a good job, getting the foul like he did there, or just straight up winning it. He's good there.
Curtis looking to dump one in. That one bounces off the post and goes out of bounds. Griffith was saying he kept it in, but it'll go Elmhurst's way. to the far side. The Blue Jays work it back up top with Yandel. And Trent Nyberg will trot back to allow Greavy to initiate the offense. Calvin loses a man momentarily. That was Cullen Nordeman, and he had an excellent look at it, but he misses high.
An interesting play there. Calvin he didn't really have anybody between him and the net. He just had a free look at the net and just launched it. Luckily for Calvin, missed high. Elmhurst going a little bit slower on these possessions, kind of just picking their spots.
Jake Greavy to Nordeman again. This time it bounces wide. I think they'll reset the shot clock, saying that Evan Griffin got a piece of it.
I think he might have just knocked it out with his foot, just ricochet just enough. Two good looks here by Elmhurst, though, on that left side.
And another save inside for Evan Griffin.
Great position there by Evan Griffin. He kind of got teed off on a little bit, just getting shots from left and right all over the place. He held strong, got the nice save.
Oh, he looks out front for Griffith, but Griffith can't handle on that first try. Ball's loose in the middle of the field.
Got whistles all over the place.
It'll go the way of the Blue Jays. Now we'll get a flag down, a delayed penalty. We'll see.
Might have been illegal substitution or something like that. I'm not sure. Calvin was subbing guys in.
Elmhurst will turn it over anyways.
Another
now-
flag.
They'll both go against Calvin. Delay a game on Stoneburner and interference on Chuck McKenney. So they're both in for 30 seconds. Calvin again in this 6-on-4 scenario will have to survive for 30 ticks of the clock.
Evan Griffin having a solid game. He's going to need to play solid again here in this possession, I think. I think he's up to the challenge, though.
Back behind the net, Yandel. Luke. Now Greavy tried to get it back to Ben Luke, and that one gets away. Kept in bounds just barely.
Calvin wanted out of bounds there. You wonder if it's tough to see the lines when it gets muddy kind of like this, like in the crease.
There's a nice play by Josh Gage. Take it away from the Blue Jays, but he slips and falls. That'll be a delayed penalty on Elmhurst. After Gage took a shot, or excuse me, yeah, it was Gage taking a shot.
And he took a big one. That was a big, big collision.
Colin
the
Norman
ground.
with the late hit. Gage being on the ground. Two minutes for Nordeman. Calvin with an opportunity now. Only trailing by one, 9:14 to play in the third quarter. Calvin now with a one-man advantage. Lost it momentarily. Picked up by Smith.
Both the teams had a couple advantages on some possessions. I don't think anyone's been able to capitalize yet.
Miner will take a shot from the middle. Good spot to let one rip, but it goes past.
Calvin taking their time, surveying the defense.
This pass towards Miner is knocked away, and Elmhurst will step in front. Calvin will try to keep the pressure on. Breaking the pressure for the Blue Jays. Ryan Swank. And behind the net, Elmhurst still playing one player down. They'll feel free to take their time and wait for Calderman to come back onto the field. Or Nordeman, excuse me.
If they can hold it for that long, I don't know. Hunter Stearns all over Elmhurst. Great defender Stearns is.
Ben Luke takes a shot. It's blocked and then stuck in the mud in Evan Griffin's crease. His net's going to need a wash. Calvin gets the turnover.
You know, we had that one shot that ricocheted that was kind of a questionable if it went in or not. I wonder if the mud is kind of covering up the line. It's hard to see if it's a goal or not on a play like that.
Yeah, and
Made
Elmhurst
any
is
impact.
back to full strength here. Stoneburner. McKenney. Sparling from the top.
Calvin being really patient on their last couple possessions.
Smith shot and it's saved. Mickelson getting in front.
Smith, a great scorer. One of the really good freshman scorers on this Calvin team. They've got a few: Thomas Smith, Chuck McKenney, and Josh Moyer. Excuse me, Cole McKenney. Chuck McKenney plays defense, and Josh Moyer. Three of those guys, good scorers. Chuck also a good defender. Chuck McKenney. So Calvin with some good young players.
Inside now. Elmhurst gets it back behind the net for Yandel. Both teams on a bit of a scoring drought. Shot taken and blocked by Griffin with his knee down on the ground. Evan Griffin walling up again. McKenney to Miner. Calvin has been stuck here at 5-4 for a little while now, under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ethan Curtis and Jefferson Yan are onto the field. Can the Knights find the equalizer? Stoneburner, bouncing, saved by Mickelson. He had a chance.
Yeah, he short hopped that one that hit the ground. Made his foot down a little bit. Stoneberg usually really reliable, a great scorer for these Calvin Knights. Whiffed on that one a little bit, I think.
O'Leary slows it down. Back on the near side, Nordeman with under 30 to shoot. Behind the net, Parker O'Leary loses his footing. He'll dump it back out top for Stepanek. 10 on the shot clock. Bedluke cross court. Stepanek with 3, 2, 1. Elmhurst will have to dump it away. Calvin's defense holding strong on that possession.
You know, Elmhurst been taking it down to the last couple seconds like a few times this game. Had a violation in the first half. Another one there. You wonder if that's the game plan or a product of Calvin's defense. Not totally sure, but an interesting occurrence in the game so far. Rainfall seemed to have slowed a little bit at the moment. Of course, I'll knock on some wood here real quick just because that might not last.
Yeah, you never know. And even if the rain has stopped, everything is fully soaked at this point. Inside, the Knights looking for Robert Miner. The pass skips through. Thomas Smith takes a shot. It's past the leg of the goalkeeper, Mickelson, but again, not past the line.
Oh, that was close. You can see that from
to
here.
Rest literally next to the goal line.
And you think if it's not raining, that's probably a goal. That probably rolls in if it's not this muddy.
But it just sticks right there in the crease.
And the Empire ref was right there to see it.
Another shot and another save for Griffin, this time turning away Marcus Yandel. Ryan Whitney to Moyer. The Knights are on the break. Moyer again trying to pass just a bit too much through the crease, and it got past Drew Stoneburner. If the pass isn't sure, at least get some kind of a shot on frame there. I know he's trying to be unselfish and get the sure goal, but you got to get a shot on a 3-on-2 opportunity like that.
Yeah, that was almost like a 4-on-2, 5-on-2 look, it seemed like. That was a good break there by Calvin.
Curtis shooting, saved by Mickelson. These goalies are playing incredibly today as we near 1 minute to play in the third quarter.
Oh, they have been solid for sure. Just so impressive, their reflexes, positioning, knowing where the ball's going to be coming from.
Inside, another save, this time from point-blank range. O'Leary was on the doorstep, and Griffin makes the stop. Inside, Moyer catches and scores from Chuck McKenney. The Knights are tied. It's 5-5.
Oh, you love to see that. Moyer, usually the one trying to make the pass. That time he receives it. He knows what to do with it when he gets the pass right by the crease there. He puts it in the back of the net.
Josh Moyer, assisted by number 10, Chuck McKenney.
Evan Griffin sets it up with a huge save and a perfect outlet pass to McKenney, who had a wide open green/brown space in front of him through the middle of the field. McKenney to Moyer, and the Knights tied at 5 apiece with 40 seconds to play in the third. We got a ball game. Elmhurst, one of the better teams the Knights have seen all year. And Calvin absolutely ready for the competition.
Oh, that was a great there too play. Great play. Evan Griffin was a great save, just amazing save, one-on-one. And he just takes it basically right out of the Techman's basket as he's shooting. And then pass it forward, fast break. Moyer puts it in. Lightning quick.
Sparling on the possession after the draw control. Griffith driving in, taking a shot. It's saved by Mickelson. Ball's being kicked around near the baseline. Nobody has picked it up. It's in the crease, and Mickelson will finally possess. Elmhurst going the other way.
5 seconds in the quarter.
3, 2, 1. Shot taken by Lemke. That one is too late. They won't count in the third quarter. It didn't go anyways. Calvin ties it at threes with 1 quarter, or at fives with 1 quarter to play. Evan Griffin gets some support and some congratulatory excitement from his teammates for keeping the Knights in this one, and we got a ball game with 1 quarter to decide it. We'll be back in a moment. This is Calvin Men's Lacrosse. Welcome back to Zeidema Field here for the 4th quarter of play. Calvin and Elmhurst tied at fives. Draw control shifted just left of the center of the field due to the mud at the absolute middle. The ref said, how about we play it over here? And Sparling alongside his Elmhurst counterpart, I believe that time it was Jacob Lemke, said, yeah, how about we do that?
Yeah, you can move the ball around as much as you want. I don't think you're going to escape the mud completely. Not on a day like today.
Sante Dabrowski. Behind the net to Yandel. Inside, catch and a shot taken and a goal. Elmhurst scores with Ben Luke. He was set up right next to the crease, completely unmarked. Nothing Griffin could do. I'm sure Griffin holds himself to a high standard, still wants to make the
Elmhurst
save.
Scored by number 77, Sante.
But you can only save so many point-blank looks.
Colin Nordeman.
You know, he's been impressive, but like you said, there's only so much he can do. And if one guy is going to right the ship for Elmhurst in the second half, it would be Ben Luke. You know, Calvin with some momentum into that third quarter. Not so much anymore. It's a little bit quieter on that Calvin sideline right now.
And a procedural penalty against Lemke and the Blue Jays. It'll be Calvin ball. Up top, Sparling. Looking for a congested pass through the middle. Nothing there, but the ball taken away from Elmhurst. It'll bounce off the stick there of David Castaneda and go to the Knights. Castaneda, kind of an innocent bystander, getting checked from all sides.
Oh, yeah, he was surrounded. He was covered in the mud, nowhere he can really go that fast, and that's a tough break for him.
Shot taken and a goal. Thomas Smith ties us back at 6.
I think he went between the legs of the goalie right there. A great goal. That was very impressive by Thomas Smith.
Calvin goal scored by number 1, Thomas Smith.
He shot it quickly, kind of at an awkward time I didn't expect. All of a sudden, he was firing at the net. And he got it right through the legs of Mickelson. Smith with another. That's his second of the game, I believe. Calvin back level with Elmhurst, 13:28 to play in the fourth.
You know, when Calvin has scored this game, they seem to be scoring pretty quick, playing pretty opportunistic offense. There, Thomas Smith.
Now we'll get a foul on Elmhurst. That one will go against Austin Evans. Ryan Whitney with good pressure for the Knights. Six to 6. Boonder, Jan, and Curtis in the game right now. From the far side, Stoneburner takes a shot, saved by Mickelson. Nice save there. Noah Mickelson making plays in big spots for Elmhurst.
The goalie's been solid this game. They've had to be. Both making some big goals.
Elmhurst now quickly reversing the field, get it behind the net to Yandel. Ben Luke on the near side will slow it down and get it into some substitutions. Grebe.
You know, worth noting at this game is the diverse array of umbrellas we have in the stands here. We got checkered, we got like a turquoise one, black and red. I think it's pretty interesting to see all the different types we got out there. And there's a lot of umbrellas out here right now.
Pass from Grebe squirts past Luke. Yandel. We'll get it to Ben Luke, who shoots and scores. Beats Evan Griffin high side. Ben Luke curling around the left side of the net. And he finds a spot to slot it home. 7 to 6. Elmhurst back out in front. Highly entertaining
Elmhurst goal
matchup.
scored by number 16, Ben Luke. Assisted by number 1, Marcus Yandel.
It's kind of tough to believe the score the first half was only 2 to 4. The second half been completely different as far as the pace of play and the scoring.
Calvin leading the second half total 4 to 3 now. Elmhurst leading the total 7 to 6. Now we'll get a full out check from Hunter Stearns laying out an Elmhurst player inside though. Elmhurst gets a good look and scores again. The Blue Jays with 2 as quickly as the Knights could tie it up. The Blue Jays are back out in front. I believe that one was O'Leary to give the Blue Jays an 8-6 lead.
Elmhurst goal scored by number 33, Parko O'Leary. Assisted by number 16, Ben Luke.
Trent Nyberg paid the price on a big hit from Hunter Stearns. But O'Leary gets the goal, and Elmhurst is out in front by 2 now. Elmhurst wins the draw control. Jacob Lemke. Yandel. He'll have to turn away.
You know, as Wade Calvin scoring in the second half, you gotta imagine Elmhurst being pretty careful with the ball this possession. Got a 2-goal lead, don't want to give that up too quick.
Dybowski to Yandel.
Yandel trying to get by to the corner, just can't quite get that grip.
This time his shot will scoop wide and into the woods. I wonder if those shots ever get recovered. How many lacrosse balls do you think are scattered underneath the leaves out there?
Yeah, you know, I've always kind of wondered that myself. You know, we got this parking lot over here on the other side, on the north end. See a lot of balls going there. I wonder if that's somebody's job or who knows.
And now losing his footing, Yandel. Elmhurst stays with it. Shot by Dabrowski and saved by Griffin. Through the middle of the field, Christian Kohler finds some space. Stoneburner looking for some help, and it'll go up to Thomas Smith. The Knights need 2 of them in 9.5 minutes.
Although they've been scoring in the second half, that's definitely very much feasible.
Out front, Robert Miner shoots. Saved. It's still loose out in front of the crease. And now we'll get a whistle.
I couldn't even see where the ball was for a little bit there. I was just confused.
I believe that this penalty is going to go against David Castaneda as he starts to run towards the sideline. So Calvin will have a chance here.
Big spot in the game for Calvin. Need to take advantage of this. Might not get many other better opportunities coming down the stretch.
Castaneda called for the penalty. Calvin now with a 6-on-5.
I believe that was an interference call on Elmhurst.
Miner taking the shot, it goes wide. Splashing through the puddle of the long jump pit there. This shot goes past the goal as well. And a pass from Miner is stolen by the Blue Jays. Good stick work, Ryan Camarada. The other way, Ben Luke shooting and scoring.
Wow. He made that, Ben Luke made that look too easy. He took that thing all the way. One man fast break and just put it right in the back of the net.
Elmhurst goal
picked it up.
scored by number 16, Ben Luke.
He picked it up around midfield and knew what to do with it the rest of the way. And that puts this one in a bit more of a dire scenario for the Knights. Now trailing by 3.
You can see why he's got 36 goals leading into this game. He's got a handful more this game, but you can see it there. Even on a day like today, he can kind of weave his way through. Just finds a way to get it done.
Loose in the middle of the field. Mud flying along with the lacrosse ball.
We've had mud flying, players flying, sticks flying, ball flying.
Now we got an Elmhurst player injured, it looks like. The refs will discuss. That's why the whistle was blown, to stop it for the injured player. Can't see his number. We will let you know who that is as soon as we can figure it out. It is Jacob Lemke, the typical draw control specialist for Elmhurst, and he's up now walking off, albeit gingerly on his right leg. Be Calvin Ball here. The refs will get repositioned. Ethan Curtis will set it in motion.
You got Josh Moyer right by the crease, right in the middle.
And this pass from Curtis taken away. He couldn't get the power on it he wanted with the footing falling underneath him. Trent Nyberg with the steal.
Good spot there by Nyberg, kind of playing off his man just a little bit. Able to.
Yandel takes a shot and scores.
And this Elmhurst team can just get the ball off the field so quick.
Elmhurst
lightning.
goal scored by number 1,
Absolute
Marcus
lightning.
Yandel.
Third goal getting past Evan Griffin on the high side, and Calvin will take a timeout. Elmhurst taking full control of this game. Calvin made it real interesting at 6 apiece, but now Elmhurst rolling for a moment. We'll be back in just a little bit with more Calvin men's lacrosse. Welcome back to Calvin University. The Knights and the Blue Jays facing off in men's lacrosse action. And there's a nice play by Nyberg to take it away from Sparling on the draw control. Elmhurst firmly in front 10-6 with 7.5 to play. Calvin had it tied at 6 with about 9 to play. And the last 2.5 minutes have gone the way of the Blue Jays in a big way. Just pouring in goal after goal. Ben Luke, Marcus Yandel making the plays necessary to put Elmhurst back in an advantageous spot trying to finish this game off.
And it wasn't long ago that this game was tied 6-6. Just all of a sudden Elmhurst caught fire.
Luke
Unbothered by the weather.
faces heavy traffic but gets it through to Rybowski. Now a shot taken and a goal. Yandel right through the legs of Evan Griffin.
Now this is just coming on like a landslide right now. That's
Elmhurst
like
goal
5
scored
goals
by
in
number
5
1,
minutes or
Marcus
something like
Yandel.
that, and Elmhurst just found their groove.
The Blue Jays out in front in a commanding way. I would say 5 goals in a lot less than 5 minutes.
They found their footing, if you will, in a game like this.
Encouraging effort from the Knights to have it tied at 6, but Elmhurst showing their class here. It's come unraveled in a big way and quickly.
Well, we've seen Calvin put some points up pretty quick in that third quarter. So let's not write this one off yet.
Robert Miner thought about it. He'll pull it back out and send it over to Thomas Smith. Sparling bats it backwards.
Sparling kind of slipped on his drive.
Elmhurst again showing that ability to flip the field quickly. Yandel bouncing, goes past the net, picked up by O'Leary. Shot taken and another one.
And they're just teeing off. I mean, they just get any shot they want right now. They're just passing it around.
Cullen Nordeman that time with a nice fake step back and rocket into the top left corner.
Elmhurst
Griffin
goal
unable to
scored by
stay in
number
front.
14, Colin Nordeman.
First half and second half been just black and white for this Elmhurst team.
Even the first part of the second half, though, Calvin able to climb back from being down 4-2 to tying it at 5s, and then tying it again at 6s. But Elmhurst has been strictly business-oriented since then. And the Blue Jays are in firm control now.
This Elmhurst team has been very, very impressive this game. Getting the ball up quick, playing great defense. Goalie's been solid.
Stepanek to Greavy. Shot taken. No. Rebound. Yes. Bedluke.
Wow. And that was a great play. Didn't catch who made the first move, but he a little anchor breaker sidestep, get by his defender. He made the initial shot, ricocheted, good save by Evan Griffin, but Elmhurst was there just to pick it up and put it back in.
Bedluke taking control here in the second half.
Elmhurst goal
He's
scored
up
by
over
number
5
16,
goals
Ben
now.
Luke.
And he's really done it a variety of ways. He's been, shooting it from deep. And then that time just getting the ricochet and putting it in up close.
It's gone from an incredibly competitive and entertaining game to one with significantly less intrigue in a really quick way. Elmhurst doing a great job of taking care of what they can take care of. They put themselves in a good spot to finish this one off now and go 2-1 in their campaign against the MIAA.
Jacob Lemke back in the game there for that face-off. That's good to see. He's the one that limped off the field earlier. Good to see him back playing.
Ben Luke, pass deflected, and Hunter Stearns will grab it. This pass is a little wide. Josh Gage trying to pick it up. Loses the handle. Stearns able to finally possess it for good for the Knights. Stearns going long with this one. And it's out of bounds. Inside, the shot rifles past the net. Evan Griffin close enough to win Calvin the possession on the miss. Calvin looking to grab some redemption goals here inside of 4 minutes to play. Robert Miner to Sparling. Shot taken and a save made.
Mickelson still in there. He's had a great game. Saving a lot of shots for Elmhurst.
And since we've been tied at 6s, he has not surrendered one. As big a part of this huge run as the offense is, this Elmhurst defense stepping up and not allowing a single goal since Calvin grabbed that momentum to tie it at 6s. Bolins makes the turnover. Moyer is mugged there at midfield.
Moyer about triple teamed there. Not much he could do.
Driving inside for the Blue Jays just turned away at the last moment. Jacob Hunter. Marcus Yandel takes the shot. It's blocked away by Griffin.
Good move by Yandel, but better save by Griffin.
This time just misses wide off the post.
That was another one of those kind of just rolling around on the ground. Looks like it might roll in. Doesn't.
The rain has stopped, but the damage is done to the field here today. Next week's games most likely being played at Grand Rapids Christian after the utter destruction we're witnessing today. It's going to take some new sod and a lot of effort from the grounds crew to get this field back ready for games later in the spring, and I'm sure they will. But this field going to have to go through a process before it's played on again. Drew Stoneburner gets one here in the late goings to give Calvin a little life. Nice shot by Stoneburner, who's been relatively quiet today, but finds the back
goal
there.
Scored by number 39, Drew Stoneburner. Assisted by number 15, Jake Boonder.
Well, everybody on Calvin's team been a little bit quiet today as far as the scoring is concerned. Just tough day for offense. But that's a good goal for Stoneburner to get right there. Running to his left.
Sparling wins the draw control here. Moyer forced to turn around. He'll take this shot and slip in doing so. It goes past the net. Elmhurst will get to keep possession here with under a minute to play.
Elmhurst can kind of run the clock out here if they're able. Calvin put some pressure on.
Just 30 seconds to play. Elmhurst with plenty of time on the shot clock to let it run out, but we'll get some whistles here, and that'll go against the Leary, giving the Knights another chance to go on the offensive. Nice play defensively, taking the stick away from Calvin. Losing the handle there on that one, Nick Griffith. And that will run out the clock here in the second half. An entertaining game. Calvin tied it at 6s. Looked like we were going down for a barn burner finish, and then Elmhurst rattled off 7 unanswered. A huge run for the Blue Jays puts this one to bed with nary a worry for the Blue Jays side. Impressive run there in the second half. They left no doubts, and the Blue Jays are leaving 8-2. The Knights fall to 6-4 in a good battle, but one that ultimately Elmhurst came out in front of. And Jake, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, you kind of said it. It was kind of a really great game. Lots of scoring in that third quarter. Tied at 6-6. Looked like it was going to, like you said, come down to the wire, and both teams were scoring at an extraordinarily high rate. Like goals every 30 seconds, it seemed like. And then all of a sudden, I don't really know what changed. Elmhurst just got some turnovers on defense and some fast breaks, and they just took advantage of Calvin and put a bunch in the net. Like you said, 7 unanswered. Stoneburner was a late kind of consolation goal, but it was just, Elmhurst was too much for the Calvin Knights today in that fourth quarter.
Calvin in action on August 4 against Augustana at home. You can catch that one probably at Grand Rapids Christian. We will see then, and until then, thank you for watching and listening tonight. This is Calvin Men's Lacrosse. And for everybody at Sports Information, I want to say thank you very much and have a good night. Final here from Zeidema Field, Elmhurst 13, Calvin 7.